lefts don't care about your feelings, Ben Shapiro isn't so happy, snarking that he finds it ironic that the blue checkmark left might not be too empathetic to a president famous for his cruelty and who has killed hundreds of thousands of Americans through his actions and inactions. The fact is, the left doesn't care about Ben's feelings, you guys. It's not fair. Ben, of course, is famously an expert on empathy. Here he is, empathetically mocking the murder of a literal child. And here he is, empathetically making fun of Bernie Sanders' heart attack. And here he is, kind-heartedly making fun of Hillary Clinton when she had pneumonia on the campaign trail. Which, by the way, Trump mocked as well.
But here's a woman. She's supposed to fight all of these different things. And she can't make it 15 feet to her car. Give me a break.
Because, obviously, Ben isn't special. He's just always the easy example. The most obvious avatar for this kind of thing. Hypocritical Republican is redundant. Obviously, hypocritical Republicans are going to be cry bullies and demand we respect the president after he gave himself COVID. But even MSNBC's Rachel Maddow is wagging her finger at us.
And never even tried to quit, despite knowing the risks of lung cancer from smoking. And then that person who you know got lung cancer. How do you react to that? Right? Well, part of the way you react is that you understand why they likely got it, right? Your instinct might even be to blame them for getting it. Go right ahead, right? Enjoy that Schadenfreude. But also, you're a human being in this situation. If your friend has lung cancer now, regardless of what you feel about he or she, how he or she got it, right? Once you find out that they're ill, you wish and hope and try to save them.
God, I hate it when my smoker friend is the president of the United States and uses his position as the most powerful person in the world to kill hundreds of thousands of people by lying about the dangers of smoking and exposing others to getting that cancer, which in this scenario can get caught quickly by breathing near people with it. Really makes me want to kick him out of my D&D group. So Maddow may call it Schadenfreude, but I think it's more complex than that. Trump getting sick with COVID isn't just about him suffering. It's not people laughing at him getting some random disease or like tripping and falling on his ass. It's something that could literally save lives when he spent the entire pandemic denying the severity of the disease. If Trump's COVID becomes serious and he shows some of the physical toll it takes on many people, it may alarm some of his followers, compelling them to wear masks more often. Reuters interviewed a few Trump supporters, some of whom expressed a new perspective. One supporter said, "It was shocking to see he has it, wakes you up a bit. Anyone can get it, even the president." She also said she thought more people should wear masks. It's a very anecdotal case, and it's too early to tell how Trump's illness will change public opinion. But if it can convince even a few supporters to wear masks, it could potentially literally save exponential numbers of lives. Also, why would we pray for the speedy recovery of a president who spends every day in office making life horrible for the most vulnerable people? If he does have a speedy recovery, do you think he'll have a Scrooge moment where he rushes outside and gives Bob Cratchit health care? Or do you think he'll use it as evidence that corona is actually no big deal and those 200,000 people who died from it were just not strong enough, like him? Now, we wrote that a day ago. And then later today, Trump used his hospital trip where he was rushed by helicopter, pumped full of experimental drugs, roided up, and put on oxygen as evidence that COVID is no big deal. He recently tweeted, "Don't be afraid of COVID. Don't let it dominate your life." In fact, he said it out loud.
Don't let it dominate you. Don't be afraid of it.
All right, Mr. President, I will be sure to tell the immigrants being held captive in ICE concentration camps on Trump's orders that they shouldn't be afraid of COVID, the thing spreading through the camps like wildfire, killing them. And I'll tell the over 200,000 dead ordinary American citizens that they should have done what President Trump did. getting helicoptered into Walter Reed to stay at a luxury hospital suite while getting a cocktail of all the top-of-the-line medications that most people either don't have access to, can barely afford, or are told to wait to come to the hospital until their symptoms are severe due to lack of adequate nationwide medical care and supplies, which sometimes leaves patients to die. And dictating to doctors to let him go home early, getting pumped full of powerful steroids so he doesn't have to appear weak. Great. All those prayers and thoughts Rachel Maddow sent must have worked. We did it. We prayed him. Also, the dexamethasone steroids probably helped too. But no, we prayed him to victory. Great. Now he can use his newfound health to tell everyone not to worry about a deadly disease that he is actively spreading. Awesome. Thanks for watching that clip that I don't know what it was, but you do because you watched it. And thanks. Like and subscribe. Patreon.com/somemorenews. Even More News podcast. Like and subscribe.